We are live.
What's going on, people? Uncle Hotep, Hotep Jesus, back at it again. Hotep been told you, Ep.2, deuces. How's everybody doing out there? Vibe, how you doing out there?
Man, I'm feeling good. It's a good what's today? Thursday?
Yes, Thirsty Thursday.
Oh yeah. It's a beautiful Thursday here in New Jersey. Been an eventful week and I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
All right, man. All right, man. All the nogs in basketball, man, everybody going crazy. LeBron going to LA, man. He going to Tinseltown. He said he tired of Midwest. This. I don't even think this basketball. I think he just, he's getting toward the end of his career. He got moved. I think he's got Space Jam 2's coming out or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think there was a trailer that came out. I didn't see it, but I heard the people talking about there's a Space Jam 2 trailer about to come out.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna do a new Space Jam. So he gotta be out of Hollywood, man. They already wrote nigga on his goddamn gate a few months ago. he hard headed, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I think the LA move for him is more of a lifestyle move and more of a prestige move because the history of the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I think it's more prestige, and there's been a mass exodus of, I want to say, urban blacks in entertainment moving to LA, and it's now, LA's always been like the mecca of entertainment, and a lot of people are making that move. Kanye's out there. A lot of people made that move out there within recent years. Jay and Beyonce is out there. So I think it had more to do with the lifestyle than anything else, and the prestige that comes along with it. Of course, the competitive nature, but I think LeBron's a horrible teammate. He doesn't know how. Like if you have Kyrie on your team, like why are you bringing the ball up the court?
Right.
Why is LeBron playing point guard? LeBron needs to play a big man role and pass the buck. And he has no clutch game. He's not clutch.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
I don't like him as a basketball player. I respect him as a individual playmaker.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of the best playmakers ever. But as a teammate, nah, he's kind of trash to me. So I don't know. I think they need to let Lonzo Ball handle the rock.
Yeah.
And let LeBron play the 3, the 4, because LeBron wants to be the guy you set the pick for. No, LeBron needs to be setting the pick with his big ass.
Yeah.
Right? He needs to set pick, roll off, then get the dump, then he can go to the hole every single time. He can't shoot free throws, so he's going to get hacked. You know what I mean? But I think that's the role he needs to play and stop trying to be the guy who brings the ball up the court.
It was really funny. Everybody's like Cuffs the legend. They joking like he got all bronze jerseys of every team, and now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? I guess this is going to be the biggest selling jersey ever. You know what I mean? His Laker jersey. So, it's good for the game. You know what I mean? He's selling some shillings, man. Some shekels. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's going to be profitable. That Lakers jersey, like you said, most sold jersey ever or whatever. I can see that. It's the Lakers, It's got a lot of history over there in LA. But Golden State, I feel like it's the biggest story. Like how they stacked that team with who was that? Boogie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild. So LeBron's gonna get his ass whooped in the playoffs again.
Yeah. All right. You want to get to the business? The business?
Let's get to the business. Let's start with the Trump float. Let's start there. What are your thoughts on the Trump float in London for his visit?
Yo, this is typical UK. You know what I mean? The pettiness. The think they're better than everybody. You know what I mean? This is like I didn't even know what you were talking about. I'm like, Trump float. I'm like, what is a Trump float? I looked it up. I was like, man, they can't be serious with this shit. This is petty ass fucking Mayor Khan was like he had to put up with Trump talking all that yang on him. You know what I mean? You know, it's part and parcel of fucking terrorism in the city. So he's going to disapprove it when it's not a small thing. The president going to the UK. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's nothing. So when they put up this big old, they're gonna have to put this big ass water. What do they call it? A nappy wearing baby Trump. So like, come on, man. This is I never seen this level of pettiness. It's classic, man. This is Nog level of pettiness, man. Jeez.
Yeah, it's definitely Nog level pettiness. You know, I think we first got to say Trump's winning because allegedly, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but the rubber used is from a company Trump is an owner of.
Seriously?
Yeah. So Trump getting a little W on that. I think that the bigger issue is, first of all, the London mayor is Islamic, raised by Pakistanis, and this is the problem when you allow another culture to come in and have too much say so in your city, country, etc. And we know how Trump feels about Islam and their refugees and terrorism and all that. So there's some reason why the London mayor would want to approve this float. But we do have to be careful because with Maxine Waters inciting violence and now this float, you know, the security, Secret Service is going to have to be heightened.
Right.
It's going to have to be heightened during his visit because of this. You know what I mean? I think this is dangerous. This is a dangerous game that they're playing.
Yeah, because it's going to hype them people up. You know, them crowds is going crazy. You know, when is he going over there? Because you know England's still in the World Cup, so they're going to be going. They're ready to go. They're really ready to go. If England make a run in the World Cup, they really will be ready to go. And if Trump go over there when they're over there, man, oh my gosh.
Yeah, City gonna be on tilt. City definitely gonna be on tilt. I hope they lose the World Cup. I got Brazil going all the way.
Okay.
As long as Neymar is healthy, I think they'll do well. But I got Brazil going all the way. These European teams been getting lucky, man. And Russia, I swear, Russia must be having some Russian bots or something, man. Because I don't know how they got there.
Yeah, I think England might get it. They might got a chance, man. Because I think they can get by. I think they go Croatia next. I think they might get a chance to make a run. I don't know, man. But
they're gonna make a run. France, Little Africa, is in it. So France is my backup team. It's my backup team.
Yeah, can we address that inside, not inside joke that France is African nation?
I mean, here's the thing: Black athletics are superior.
Right.
We're just built for athletics. And I want to say we are built for high IQ too, but I don't want to rustle the feathers of all right here.
Don't do it, man.
I ain't gonna do it too. But we know we dominate in sports, and really what this is it's the draining of African athletes. So what they do is they create this pipeline to pull the best talent out of Africa into the European nations. They even have it on the German squad, and they pull them out, and then they put them in these programs to build them up for international ball, Premier League, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what we're seeing here. And then what they do is they install like some white guy to be the coach or the manager of the African teams to control the opposition. You know, like they said, this is like the first time Senegal has had a black coach. Like, how do you have an all-African team, but every year your coach is white? Like, there's something wrong there. Something completely wrong there. You know, so it's just the politics that they play to suppress black energy across the globe.
Yeah, that was you're right about that. A lot of African teams have white managers. I guess they're managers in soccer. But yeah, a lot of those teams, those European teams, they got, you know, They got them Nogs is out there, man. Them cats is out there deep. England is out there deep. This has been the most that I've seen, if I can remember, the last couple World Cups I can remember. But it's
Yeah.
all in the spirit. I mean, it's good. I've been watching. You know what I mean? During the stream. I guess they play tomorrow, right?
Are they? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they pick back up tomorrow. But
Oh, okay.
we'll see what happens with this. With
Yeah,
England
we'll
in the
see.
World Cup. Um,
Let's talk
what
about
is this Lil Miquela, whatever the hell? You sent me this IG, man. They got what is it, 1.8 million or something followers?
1.2 million followers, I think.
Fucking
Bro,
computer image.
this is insane. First of all, this is a computer generated girl, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't a real person. And it's an influencer, fashion influencer, etc., etc. But then you look at the bio and it has Black Lives Matter, right? Seriously? Seriously? So it's like when you told people, when Hoteps been told you that the movement was fraudulent, here we have a fake person
Right.
pushing a fake agenda. It's just full of fraudulence. Then the link in the bio is a link to Black Girls Code. And we already know there's an agenda to push the Black woman ahead of the Black man, afford her all the amenities of the American dream before the Black male, the straight Black male, I should say, the heterosexual Black male, the heterosexual white male. This is an attack on heterosexuality. But as you can see, it's a link to Black Girls Code. So it's just like, wow, like they're really like controlling us with this fakeness. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I think that stuff is going too far. You know what I mean? It was surreal to me. I think I seen a picture. Like it was like I thought they put like a regular person right next to it, and right next. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why are you standing? This guy gonna say, "Oh, let me stand here and fake. Let me fake and like somebody's next to me, and we'll Photoshop around all that other crazy shit, man." I'm like, how will we come to a society where a computer generated model is now an influencer? Now they're paying people. I guess they're putting shirts on there. I seen a whole bunch of different types of clothes and shit like that. So, and didn't look any like random type stuff. So I guess companies are paying the owners of this IG to, you know what I mean, put their products in these and her on their fake model. It's unreal to me. You know what I mean? You don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
You know, you wonder who's behind it. Who did they say who owns it? Who runs it? Or I haven't really.
One of my followers said it was South/Central America.
Okay,
running this. I don't know. I mean, Miquela, I think is probably Spanish, right? I'm not sure. But they said it's Latin America. I don't know. I think this goes along with that whole machina, however you say it.
Okay.
It's the whole sex bots. It's like the whole like Android thing replacing humans.
Right.
You know, there's also a series on Netflix. I forget what that's called, where they have droids replacing people. But this is crazy, man. This is really crazy. There's a video game called Detroit has androids replacing people, but we're starting to see it manifest now with Lil Miquela.
Yo, I watched because on YouTube you don't even have to play the game anymore. So one of these gamer YouTubers was playing Detroit, and I watched all the videos so I get the whole story. I mean, goddamn, it was like they really literally copied the civil rights. It was like civil rights for these androids, whatever they were calling the shit. It was crazy. You know, they're definitely trying to manipulate or social engineer something along with, along the lines of like, like you said, Machina, or I don't know if they're gonna put that matrix draw on the back of people's heads and download your brain into the mainframe or upload some shit. You know what I mean? That's probably not too far off, but they're definitely engineering something to like, I think like some type of virtual reality type thing. I think they want us to be in. I think the goggles haven't worked as well as they want to, but I think they're definitely got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, there's this movie called Surrogate, I think, with Bruce Willis, and he basically, um, they like have this virtual reality. Everybody lives life through this virtual reality, um, where you can be like this bot. But they've been throwing hints out there, so I don't know. It's getting scary. It's getting scary. But you hit the nail on the head. It's social engineering that's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hotep's been told you. What's next? Facebook flags Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bruh.
Now I read the passage. Did you read the passage?
Now,
You
what the
can see
passage
why
say?
they would have blocked it in 2018, called Indian Savages or some shit like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a historical document. I mean, what this country was based on. I don't know how, and that's the situation they were in. You know what I mean? I hate that we go back and try to put our quote unquote like standards, political correctness on old stuff that happened years and years ago. That's the worst thing to do. It, you know what I mean? That it's terrible. Like it's like how they had Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer books. You can't read them in the school nowadays because they say the N word in it. This is the type stuff the type time it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, when they say Indian savages, I think that what we're missing is context here.
Right.
Also, I think that people don't have a strong grasp of African people's contribution to the creation of the United States of America. They like to belittle us, the powers that be, and make it seem like our only contribution was through slavery. When the so called white man got here, cities were already erected. They inherited them across the ley lines. New York City, Chicago, Detroit, these places are already built up. Um, they like to make it seem like the people here weren't savages. The fact of the matter is, the black people that were here, that they like to pass off as Native Americans or Indians, these are black people. These were Africans, right? These are Africans. And the truth of the matter is, they hadn't developed this land like they developed Africa or the African nations. It had not been as developed. You can go look up the mounds in America. You see that stuff in like Hidden Colors or whatever. But my thing is this: if you have the white man versus the natives, obviously he's going to call them savages. That's his enemy. They've been fighting. You see the hatchet versus the gun, but then they don't tell you how the natives basically said to the white man, look, I got this beef with this other tribe over here. If you help me knock out this other tribe, we'll make a trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the tribes here were already beefing before the white man got here. That's savagery.
Right.
That is savagery. So people
Uh-huh.
like to say that the text was racist or whatever. No, the text needs context for that time, and we weren't there to know what that context was.
Yeah. Hold on. I wanted to, because I had it up on my machine. Hold on.
Yeah.
The passage was um, the Bill of Particulars against Britain's King George III. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguishable destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. That's what got banned. Like,
I mean, social media shouldn't be governed as much as it is.
right.
I think that we need to find a way to, you know, classify what's hate speech, what needs to be taken down, because then we start destroying dialogue, discussion, and history, and that's when we create um, echo chamber, or a place where people just can't speak about things.
Yeah, man, because Facebook is a war zone, man. Listen, I was in those groups like last year. They kicked me all out. They kicked me out every last one of them. Right? It was crazy, man. You say one thing, man, and people would just be going in, and I'm like, what is your problem, man? I mean, it's like you can't have that conversation. People start talking about your daughter, your life, and everything else, man, and except what we're talking about, the issue at hand. You know what I mean? It's um
Yeah,
it has become too politically correct. I think I always say this that America is no different than like China. They're just using different methods to control people. You know what I mean? They instead of like if you read the book 1984, it was like the government put those things in place. And in reality, what they did, they gave it to you, and we're gonna willingly have our own self under surveillance with our phone everywhere. You know what I mean? We're gonna drive everywhere. You know what I mean? They got the
easy pass.
Easy pass. You know what I'm saying? Now they're getting the facial thing is coming. So it's between the combination of the cameras and everything, and us willingly with these apps, like putting everywhere we go and everything like that. We welcomed 1984. This is what really happened.
I mean, that was my issue with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Oh, we need to cam up every police officer," and I'm like, "Oh my god, y'all are actually creating 1984."
Right. I just want you. I forgot the cameras. The cops are going to camera everything.
They want to put cameras on every cop. I'm like, and then when you connect that with facial recognition, it's like now they can surveil us everywhere. It's just more and more cameras, more and more cameras. And I'm like, that's not the solution to police violence.
Right.
And then you've seen that the cameras have been backfiring because it shows black people were actually doing wrong every time the white man shot them. So it haven't worked in our favor.
Right. No.
But that's what I mean. I think, it was control opposition when they, Black Lives Matter saying like direct, oh, we need to cam up these police officers. Oh, we need to surveil the hood is what you're saying. You want more black people in jail is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's crazy, but that, I mean, that's, you can't do nothing on Facebook, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's going to survive. You know what I mean? It's less and less kids are using it though. You know what I mean?
The kids ain't on there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not messing with it. So I'm not sure if when they get older they'll will dip in it. I don't think they will. I think it's going to be a point where everybody's like, man, peace. You know what I mean?
It's dying.
Yeah, because I only really do it. I sometimes I talk with my mom on there, or I post stuff. I'm a content creator. I post stuff on the page I created. But other than that, I don't really post the stuff, my content. I don't post it to my regular feed because I don't want to hear people's mouths, man. I might every once in a while I might do one, but if they like my page, they'll see my videos. But other than that, I just do, I don't know, family pics occasionally, I guess.
Facebook is the land of useful idiots. Of course, I'm in marketing, but I always tell people, they say, why aren't you on Facebook? I'm like, because Twitter is where the tastemakers are. If you ever want to get a message out there and you really want to grow, put it on Twitter and grow your following on Twitter, because Facebook's just useful idiots is like where people who don't have anything useful to say live there. And then you got Facebook Part 2 on Instagram, where I've been called coon for the past week or so, because I came out on Instagram as a Trump supporter / conservative / Hotep. I finally came out. I felt like, I gay people come out. Because I've been hiding it from my Instagram followers. I lost like 200 followers over the past week. I've been getting cussed out. I've been getting DMs. They say, I thought you were a good guy. What is all this Trump stuff? I'm like, well, if you thought I was a good guy, then maybe you should ask why I'm on this Trump shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's getting scary. And also I hate political correctness, because political correctness means that somebody has to decide what's correct and what's not. And correct is subjective. So now we're like, what do you need? We need a committee now to say what's correct or not?
Right.
I don't know.
Yo, what do you think? IG seems to be like the go-to for everybody, like getting their message out, marketing everything. It seems like the IG is the newspaper or something. Like Philly IG, you know what I mean? There's like I think there's a couple pages that do they just be doing Philly news. It's almost like you want to know what's happening in Philly, go to a Philly IG page and just go scroll through the videos and everything.
Yeah. A little bit of backstory. Instagram was an accident. Some influencer kid picked it up and it blew up. The company that created it, I don't remember the name, but the company that created it didn't even have a budget set aside for it. They were working on all these other projects, and then
Yeah,
when they checked the analytics one day, it like exploded and it blew up because it's really a crappy app. Let's be honest. The
right.
app is horrible. The user interface is horrible. All they've been doing is stealing from Snapchat to create the experience because Facebook doesn't have any new ideas to bring to the table. But Facebook has put their power behind it, so now it's this massive influencer machine, and I've been paying more attention to it too. So it's a great place to market now. So I'm paying attention to it more. Twitter's still the go-to. I think it's more on the pulse because tweets end up on Instagram. But yeah, Instagram seems to be the place to be right now.
Okay.
What are we talking about next? Walk
Walk
away.
away, man. The walk away movement, man. It's catching fire, man. For
Yeah,
like 3 days straight, they had it up on the trending topic. They keep had how you have to keep changing the hashtag because what's his
Jack.
Jack is up there knocking hashtags down. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to everybody that's down with the walk away movement. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know who I can't remember the guy's name who actually started it. I can't remember.
I don't want to mention his name because I heard some bad things about him.
Okay. Okay.
I'm in this group chat and we were talking about it, but allegedly this guy is like he wants like credit for this thing and he wants it to be like his thing. And I'm like, dude, this movement is for everybody. It's like
Right.
it's like when Hoteps exploded. You know, we said anybody could come and borrow hashtags and claim Hotep, put in your name. We don't care. We want to wake people up. But this guy is actually being selfish about it. But that's just, neither here nor there. So I'm glad we don't know his name. And I don't want to know his name. Because the movement's bigger than one person,
Right. Right.
Hotep is bigger than Hotep Jesus. It's bigger than Uncle Hotep. And Walkaway is for everyone. I saw some Asian chick earlier.
Yeah.
Little cute little Asian chick talk about I finally came out. Team Manga, walk away. I was like, yeah, the Asians is in.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at it. It has 2020 tweets in the last hour. So it's been like that for the last few days, man. So it's going, it's running. You know what I mean? They're trying to Me Too the walk away. But it's funny, if you create a movement, you could almost make it like a whole, like the Me Too movement. Like now is like, people is getting paid. You know what I mean? They're people are getting paid. Like, oh, you're gonna make you the director of the Me Too, your communications director over here. You're in charge of sales. I don't know what they're selling. You know what I mean? That's what that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. I kind of get where he's like, oh, I want to be a controller because but sometimes you gotta I don't know, put in your resume or something, but it gets bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's got part to where it's bigger than him. You know what I mean? So, I made a video about it and I got a nice reaction from it, a nice amount of views. I was like, man, this thing is really rolling. And, it's a story a lot of people have had that, they jumped, they were liberal and then they voted for the Democrats. They voted for Obama and they realized, man, Obama wasn't what he said he was, what he was portrayed to be, and people just got fed up with it. You know what I mean? And people are walking away from the Democratic Party. I think black folks should have been walked away, but I mean, it's just that's a different story, man. It's high time for us to walk away, but no matter what the reason, you can pick whatever reason you want and just rock with it.
Yeah, I've been getting hell on Instagram since I came out. uh, since I walked away. But my thing is this: the media is corrupt. When and I've said this in the past. I said if the media is talking about something, you need to start digging up what they're not talking about.
Right.
The media lies, and they
Hmm.
have been lying. And if you ever want to know about the media, there's this great book by a guy named Mr. Post, I believe, and it's called How to Watch TV News. And in it, he talks about how the media can create a crime spree, and they can end it just by covering every single crime across a nation. So if they wanted to create a frenzy over dog attacks, all they have to document is every single case of a dog attack, and people will think, "Oh my God, dogs are evil." You
Yeah.
know, so when people ask me and they say, "Oh, da da da, this Trump stuff, da da da," I'm like, "Do you really believe the media? Because if the media is telling you to hate Trump, you should probably not hate Trump. Do the opposite of whatever the media says."
Yeah. You right about that. Media is man, the media, media is trash. It really, really is, man. It really is.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I like the walk away movement. For my black people out there wondering, or because this is the first time we broadcasted on my channel, so I know a lot of people are confused. They're like, Hotep Jesus used to be this super pro black guy, African consciousness. Why is he with the conservatives? I haven't lost any of my African consciousness. I'm still that pro black guy. I'm just not the pro black guy you want me to be because I don't align with left wing politics. But we have to address this thing where they say the party switched. No, no. Stop telling that lie. The parties never switched. What happened was the Democrats started giving away free fried chicken and all the niggas came running. Metaf- metaphorically speaking, metaphorically speaking,
Right.
Democrats had a cookout and black folks came running for the free food because blacks were Republicans. The Whig Party was specifically created. The Whig Party is the precursor to the Republican Party, was specifically created to get rid of slavery. And the Democrats wanted slavery. These are facts, people. So what the Democrats did was they said, man, we're really losing control over here. And then we propped up the NRA, and the NRA was like, here, black people, arm yourself because these Democrats are evil.
Hmm.
So they gave us the NRA to arm black folks. So now black folks, oh, the NRA, NRA. They put that here for you, stupid. They
Yeah.
put that here so you could arm yourself against the KKK, which were the Democrats. So when black people say the party switched, no, the parties ain't switched. Black people switched because the Democrats came with subsidization, subsidized housing, welfare, and all this stuff to get the black man out the house, and everybody came running for the free fried chicken. So I just wanted to give that bit of historical context as to why we are uh, moving towards the right wing.
Yeah, and the left, the Democrats, they're jumping into bed of the illegal immigrant situation. You know what I mean? Um, because even listen, the majority of Americans want to do something about illegal immigration, right? You know, it has to stop at some point. You know what I mean? You can't just unless you just have open borders and nobody's really. They say they're not for that, but we all know they're really for that. But they're jumping in the bed. They're really banking on this because all they have to do is like, hey, all right, we'll put a wall up, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll do something. We'll meet you halfway on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But no, 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 they don't want to do none of that. I'm like, they're not even being reasonable to the rest of the Native American, the Americans that are here. You know what I'm saying? That like me, people like me and you and people in the chat, they're not being reasonable. You know, I mean, you're just saying, hey, man, anybody can get over here, man. Get in line. No, matter of fact, don't even get in line. Just get across here. We'll take care of you. That doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? That can't work. You know, and they're really banking on that that these illegal immigrants they'll get citizenship somehow, they'll vote, and they'll just vote for the Democratic Party, and they're leaving behind Black Americans who voted for these same Democrats for years.
Yeah.
Lyndon Johnson said he'll be having y'all for 200 years. That's what Lyndon said.
And he's KKK affiliated.
Yeah, that's what Lyndon said. You know what I mean? And this just shows you. My thing is, if blacks gave their votes for the Democratic Party last two elections before to get Barry in, Obama, and didn't get anything from it, that's why we should have walked there. That's why I walked away. I was like, man, we gave our votes for these jokers twice. Obama was supposed to look out. I don't care what y'all say, man. He's going to look out. If you put something like if anybody gets in the president, say one of the Brackett brothers get in the White House, he's going to look out. You know what I'm saying? You have to look out. I don't care what y'all say. He's not just the president of black people. He's the president of all people. And, such a bitch ass. So you're supposed to look out. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? And he did not look. He didn't look out. Yeah. He didn't at all. We know that.
Here's my rebuttal to that. If he would have looked out, the Brackett brothers would have put one in his ass. They'd have put one right in his ass. And he was scared. He was supposed to look out. He was supposed to take that bullet and look out. He had to take the bullet. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to be president, I'm going to do something for my people knowing I'm going to get popped. Like, I just got to go out like that.
Right.
Barack Obama was like, nah, man, I ain't messing with these. But let's talk about the Statue of Liberty girl.
Oh, right, man. Yeah, let's get to that, man. This she tried Bree-noosing the game, man. I think Soros sent because she had her gear. It looked like she had a little bit of gear on. You know what I mean? She was ready. You know what I mean? This is a Soros op if I ever seen one, man. And peep game. I tweeted this earlier. They use the Congo immigrant, right? Because black people, the African Americans that are voters, are like they're not too jumping at this illegal immigration issue like they want y'all to. They want us to. I went to a family separation rally last Saturday, and it was almost all white people. There was only one Mexican Hispanic family out there. I'm like, y'all doing all this for them? Only one family showed up. This was not maybe 200 some people, and there might have been 5 or 6 black folks. So we're not jumping on. I'm glad we're not. There are a lot of people on Twitter talking a big game, but in reality, on the streets, people are like, my name is Bennett and I'm not in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think they used her because they want to use a black woman to show how there was illegal immigrant. I mean, there's a black illegal immigrants. We all know. I mean, they might have overstayed, but there's some black. They want the black folks getting in on this illegal immigration issue.
Nobody cared when it was Haitians immigrations.
Right.
Nobody cared when they were Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Nobody cared when they were Africans. Cats is over here swimming from Haiti to get to America.
Yeah.
On chicken wings to get to America, and nobody cared. But as soon as you brought up these Mexicans, so here's the thing that I noticed. What they do is they use women, and they know women's soft spot is children.
Yeah.
So at first they talked about the illegal immigrants, and everybody was like, who cares, right? And then they said, oh, the children. And then the other day they created this video,
right?
And this video was fabricated. They even said it at the end of the video. Oh, this is a recreation of what could happen. Da da da. So they pulled, the Braggart brothers pulled the Hollywood in to create this video of children. He got the cleanest lineup too. Lil Hector had the cleanest lineup.
They cut his hair right before.
It was fresh to death. So they're using the children to get the women. Right. You saw it with Bree-noosing, had her climbing the pole. We saw it with Black Lives Matter, women, feminists, LGBT, which are basically men wanting to be women, or the trans men wanting to be women. So they're using emotions control our people. That's why you see a black woman climbing a freaking Statue of Liberty. It's embarrassing, It's embarrassing.
Yo, I was thinking they're gonna put her on. I looked at the route; they didn't really get a good interview. I'm waiting for some of the interviewers. Is she out of jail? Did they lock her up?
Oh no, man! They need to lock her up. Need to lock her up. Throw away the key.
Yo, if they give her bail, man, she's gonna do the interview circuit. She's gonna be on Ellen. She's gonna be on The View. She's gonna be on Oprah Oxygen. She's gonna be on Late Night. She's gonna definitely be on Late Night. They were like, "Why were you climbing the Statue of Liberty?" You know what I mean? I'm telling you, this is what they're gonna do. Watch. Watch.
She's gonna be verified on Twitter with a special sitting next to Sean King, blackface. That's what's gonna be happening. They're gonna verify her. Watch.
Definitely, man.
She's gonna be a celebrity, and everybody gonna be listening to her ignorant statements about illegal immigration. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like, black families are separated every time you get arrested in America. Nobody says nothing about that.
Yeah.
You do something illegal, you go to jail. You don't go to jail with your kids. That doesn't make any sense. I saw one black girl. She gonna post a picture of Auschwitz, Germany, next to the camps, in Mexico. And I'm like, that's how buildings are built. Like, I could show you what the projects look like. It look just like Auschwitz, Germany. I could show you affluent community that's built just like Auschwitz, Germany camps. The buildings are next to each other.
Right.
The reaching. And she had like 200,000 retweets. I'm like, yo, people just hear one thing and just run with it, yo. I don't know. Let's talk about Scarlett Johansson and his trans movie role.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, they were upset about that, man. They were really upset about this. And I don't know why everybody's getting on Scarlett Johansson. What the elite, in my opinion, the elites are trying to. They were like, well, we'll use Scarlett Johansson because she's a pleasant looking woman. You know what I mean? If they use it, one of them, it might not be as pleasant and plus it's star power. You can get that star power to get to the movie and to tell the story. That's why they're really using, because if they use somebody that's not it might be transgender, but they're not a well-known actor, nobody might go see this movie. Now, a lot of people probably going to go see this movie. They're probably going to get a whole bunch of awards and all that, but you know what I mean? I don't know what the I don't know why they're upset. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year, man. I mean, what's the deal?
The thing is, Scarlett Johansson doesn't make that decision.
Right. You're right.
The Brackett brothers do. But nobody's gonna come after the Brackett brothers for obvious reasons.
Right.
You can't. So that's my issue. It's like, you coming after the actor. She ain't the one cutting the check. She didn't produce the movie. She's not directing the movie. She's not doing the casting. Why don't y'all go after the people making the decisions? Oh, because you can't. You can't.
Nobody said anything to that director, man. The casting agent, nothing. I mean, nobody has said a word. It's just like Scarlett Johansson did this.
No. But here's my issue. Trans people are pretending to be another sex.
Right.
So if she pretends to be trans, what's the difference? All of y'all are pretending. All of y'all are acting. So she's acting.
Right.
Why are you mad?
No. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's, on one hand, I think put too much into Hollywood anyway. I mean, it's supposed to be just entertainment. They're clamoring for, they want representation and stuff like that. And I see a lot of black people do the same thing. We need to be represented in Hollywood and everything like that. It's an industry. It's there to make money. It's entertainment. We shouldn't be taking, your life, how to live your life from a movie and stuff like that. And that's why I think too many people do. Hollywood has a major influence in American society. I mean, it's major. You know what I mean? It's so major. I'm telling people, man, you shouldn't be turn that shit off. You know what I mean? It's like every once in a while you can get some good stuff, man. It might open your mind and things like that. But on the majority, man, it's a lot of trash, man. It's a lot of degeneracy. You know, I think there's more important ways to get representation than being in movies and stuff like that, man. It's like people are addicted to the glamour and fame of Hollywood, to be in the bright lights, big city, and on the movie screen, the silver screen. It's like these people got to relax, man. Like, what is your life going to change because a trans actor got to play? What's his name? Dante. I forget the guy's name. He was I think it was a pimp. That's what the Dante X or something. It was a pimp. He ran a brothel.
Oh,
It was a trans man. He ran a brothel, I think. That's
oh,
what I look. If you look at, man, it's not even. It's not a pleasant looking dude, man.
oh man. Let's talk about T.I. and buying back the block. What you know about that?
Yo, man, Ti, man, doing this big thing. You know, I think, because Slim Thugger was the first to start doing that, as far as I know. But yeah, he's going to Atlanta, man. He's buying now. I made a video on this. Now, some people are saying he's seeing the new construction in Atlanta and he's buying the stuff up because he going to try to flip it, make a profit. That's all. We'll see what he does, but because he know the gentrifiers are coming, and he got that gentrifier money. You know what I mean? So she should take part. But this is what we should be doing anyway. Like I mean, I don't know how there can even be any gentrification in Atlanta. All you rappers are from down there. Y'all should own Atlanta. I mean, they should own it from every part of the city. Them shine because you can name how many millionaires in a rap has been run from Atlanta for how long? A minute, right? You know what I mean? You got Gucci, Jeezy, Future. You got all them.
Outkast. Ludacris.
They should
we can go all day.
You know what I'm saying? Own it.
Yeah.
Now he's buying. He said he's buying. He's going to make some affordable housing. I think he said he's going to make some parks and places kids to play and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I support it. I mean, he talks some nonsense a lot, but you know what I mean? This is what them cats should be doing. I'm glad because I think the South has kind of led that, in aspects of like business wise a lot. You know what I mean? I think they're a little bit ahead. I don't know because I think it's because they mess with each other, and once they get past a certain point and they start messing with each other like business wise, and keep it thorough, they can grow. You know what I mean? I think that's something black folks up north can learn a little bit, but they should have it locked down, man. Salute to T.I.
My issue with black gentrification is the reason why people can't afford gentrification because they don't have the income, right? They can't afford to be in these buildings because they don't have the income, right? So what that means is you have a lower class, and the lower class is lower class because they lack education. So I see a lot of black people throwing their money in the strip clubs, and they're throwing their money to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Moet, right? That's all one company, right? Rihanna's line was through Louis Vuitton, Moet, right? Yeah. She doesn't own that. So when I look at how we spend our money, and I'm like, you're not building any educational institutions. The Bricker brothers created Yale, Princeton, and Harvard from their drug money.
Yeah.
The opium wars in China. They built their institutions. The HBCUs in America are not black built, right?
Yeah.
What we need are institutions. Like people are complaining about Betsy DeVos and privatization of education, school choice. We need that, right?
Right.
Instead of just putting kids where you want them to be. We need to build kindergarten level schools all the way through high school and start educating children. Also, we got this thing called Black Girls Code, and it's fine. Everybody wants to learn how to code. But what I know about coding is this. In the next 10 years, coding is going to be like a blue collar job, right? It's going to be for the lower class. They're going to have to learn how to code. because the people that are really making money are making the bigger decisions. As you know, right now, coding is mostly done overseas with the poor class in Russia and the poor class in India, because it's really just a boring job. Um, and a lot of the coders don't even want to do it. They're hocked up on drugs when they do code because it's so hard to sit down. Also, AI is going to be doing a lot of the coding as well. But what they're doing is they're turning black people into workers. We need to change what people are educated on. We need more lawyers. We need more doctors. We need more investors, and we need more engineers. That's what we need. This coding stuff is cool, but that's not how you build an economy.
Right.
We need people that are going to handle distribution. When you look at how the Asians operate, they control the distribution channels. When they got their Chinese spot, the trucking company is owned by the Asians. You see Chinese letters on the side of that truck. We need to control those channels, and I think that's something that Black people need to understand. Um, is more business oriented, more investment oriented stuff. Because honestly, you can come out of high school, invest in real estate, and do quite well for yourself without the college education. So I think that there's a lot of that stuff that needs to be put into education. But we're not building smart people. So when Ti buys up the block, I'm like, that sounds cool, but when you build it up, are Black people going to be able to afford to live there?
Right. Yeah, that was a big thing he was saying about the affordability. But yeah, you're right. You have to do it. Has to be a two-prong. It has to be a multi-pronged thing. Like he could be doing that, but somebody has to come in and create like industries or jobs where these people can work and afford to live at these same places. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to build up the rest of Atlanta, whether you like it or not. So you're going to have to. You want to educate your people, you know what I mean, so they can fill those jobs. You know
Right.
what I mean? And, we don't need no more. How many more rappers do we need? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we should. I mean, if you look at the Asians, they bit their bullets. They say we're going to lock down the industry. We'll lock down nails and stuff like that. They locked it down. They locked it down. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think Booker T was trying to say, man. If you lock down trades and stuff like that, you corner a market on something, then you got something you can build on. So if you have kids that don't want to do that, man, fine. They can take you. You have money. You can get them educated. They can do something else. But if you don't want to do that, hey, we got the family business right here. You can knock that out, and they're good at it.
Yeah, that's my issue. Like Garvey was trying to set up Pan Africanism, and Black
Yeah,
people don't want to set up African business. Meanwhile, George Bush built his own city, Kigamboni in Tanzania. He's going to go over there and he's going to rape the natural resources from the land. But we're not building any infrastructure. So look, we're about to go into this next segment, right? So Imran Awan,
right.
this dude commits bank fraud, right?
Yeah,
Uh, I forget how much money has gone missing, right? But what this dude was smart. He took the money from his bank fraud, mortgage loan, or whatever, and sent it to Pakistan. You see how the foreigners do?
yeah.
They
Let's
take
send the
the
money
money
back home.
and they send their money back home. Black people take their money and they send it to Gucci. They
Louis
take
Vuitton.
and Louis Vuitton.
Get that Louis bag. What?
Got to get that Louis bag. You see the Indians when I see the Indians, they be out here. They might drive nice cars, but they walk around in sandals and a pair of slacks.
Yeah. Buy Toyotas because they love Toyotas because they last long.
You see what I'm saying? But this guy Imran Awan is, of course, tied to Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? Um, he's dealing with missing servers.
Yeah.
People got to go look at this thing. And this went under the radar. Not a lot of people are talking about this. This thing went under the radar. But this is a guy who, uh, when they go to court, the server came up missing. Somehow somebody replaced the server with some other server. So the server has gone missing. So and then the prosecutors don't even try to do anything about it. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, well, we lost on that one. They don't even like. So it's like almost the prosecution was on the defense side. Then when you look at what he was supposed to get, so this crime, this bank fraud crime, U.S. code 1014, said he's supposed to get 30 years imprisonment and a possible fine of $1 million. This guy instead gets a fine between 500 to $9,500, $500, and between 0 and 6 months. So he probably gonna walk away with probation after bank fraud.
You working for somebody.
Hold on one second. I'll be right there.
Yeah, mine is working for somebody, definitely. Shout out to y'all, everybody in the chat room. Follow me on Twitter. Follow my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We be here every week, Thursday, 8 to 9. We'll be here. So
My bad.
check us out.
I'm back. My bad. I had to grab my charger. My phone over here dying.
Oh, no
Uh,
sweat, man.
yeah, my bad. Um, but yeah, yo, this case is crazy. When you look at how the DOJ handled this, yo, oh my god, the dude tried to escape too.
Yeah, they didn't take his passport.
He tried. They caught him at the airport.
They
FBI
called
was
him at
at
the
the
airport.
airport waiting for him. Like, nah. He tried to flee to Pakistan.
Yeah, man, but it sounds like, man, he's a double agent for somebody. I don't know who, but because it's like the way they had all those charges on him and gave him really nothing. You know, that's a little crazy here, man. So you gotta be careful with the you know just some of the stuff that they're putting out there, because he's this is a guy who should have been in jail, and
Took six
people were
months to
just,
arrest him.
yeah, should have been.
Him and Hillary and the rest of her cohorts should have been arrested.
Yeah,
Like look at that. Like Hillary, what happened? She was deleting stuff off of servers. Then you look at this guy missing servers. So it's like, what's happening that's allowing all this to occur? And then there's no investigation to be had. Like you should be investigating the missing servers. And it's almost like the prosecution just gave up on a lot of this stuff. So it's like, again, it's just control. It's just control opposition. I just asked the chat if they had a question, and somebody said, "How much money do you need to invest in real estate?" Um, so just quick education. You don't actually need money to make money in real estate. You do need a little bit of petty cash, but I'll give you a quick rundown. What you need is a handyman to give you estimates. You need somebody to a realtor in your bag. So you might have to take the realtor out to dinner. But really, what you want is you want the realtor to tell you about distressed properties that banks are holding on to. They're called REOs, and this is stuff that comes out after foreclosure. Um, but if you can get a what's name on your side, then you're good. A realtor on your side, you're good. If you can get a handyman on your side, you're good. Basically, what you got to do is just find these properties that are bank owned, have already been repossessed. Discover these properties, get estimates on what they're worth if they look good, because a lot of them are all bashed up because of foreclosure. Get an estimate on the repairs, and if there's any equity to be had, what you do is you just pass the information off to a cash investor, and then they come in and purchase the property, and they just pay you a finder's fee. And the finder's fee is whatever you negotiate. So if they're going to make 20,000, 40,000, $50,000 profit, you got to decide, do I want 5K? Do I want 10K? Whatever you can actually negotiate. But yeah, I think that's something we can go into. I can do a whole class on real estate. Um, what's the plan for the DC convention? The DC convention, I'm not going to say nothing on that. We're going to keep that under wraps. I'm going to let Candace Owens drop the details on that. I think they're talking about TPUSA. Um, Somebody said, "What's the answer? Move to Africa." What do you feel about a migration to Africa?
um, what I think Black Americans should do is because I think there's certain countries that offer dual citizenship. I think Ghana, I think, might be one of them.
Ghana.
I think we should take up that and slowly go back and forth. You can't rush into this thing. You know what I mean? You gotta learn the cultures. You mean because literally now because now we're like two different people. You know what I'm saying? Our cultures are way different, even though they look the same. But if we start, I would like to see first us going there like on a pilgrimage type joint. You know what I mean? Everybody, hey, I went there last year. I went there. You know what I'm saying? Doing on that type time. We go to every other island. We go everywhere else.
Paris.
We go everywhere else. We go to Dubai all the time, but we won't go. We won't go to the motherland. So I would like to see that first. You know what I mean? Then if people like, if you can work with some of the countries, then we could just do investing and stuff, and like work with other countries have dual citizenships. Other people have dual citizenships, so we should take advantage of things like that. Then, and I think we can work as long as America is like the epicenter of making money and stuff like that. I don't think we want to lose this base, but we should grow it over there as well. You know what I'm saying? And until like, hey, because when it eventually hits the fan here, you're gonna be like, hey, see, I don't want to be a, you know what I mean? And you go where you already have that dual passport. That's the good thing about having dual citizenship. I mean,
yeah, I think the most common rebuttal I get is they say Africans don't consider us African, and from my experience, that's not true. I think you might find that amongst the uneducated. But when I went, I sat down in a business meeting, and this African dude was trying to test me when he said this. This is what I got. But basically, what he said was to me, he looked at me, he goes, "Welcome home."
Right.
Letting me know, like, you from Africa. But he said it thinking that I didn't want, like, I was the typical American saying I'm not from Africa. But I know I'm from Africa. We are Africans.
Right.
So I said, thank you. And I gave him that look back. He was kind of shocked, like, oh, you hip. Like, yeah, man, we all African. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so you want to close out, man?
Yeah, man, we out of here. Follow Vi High at Vi High on Twitter, man. You can donate Patreon, Hotep Nation. Check the website out, Hotep Nation. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. We'll be back next week, every week, 8 to 9. Hit us up, or if you got questions you want us to ask or something, or you want to, interview somebody, we'll get to that eventually. We'll do all this stuff, man. We're growing. This is our show. We're going to be here for y'all. Spread the word, share the videos. We'll be here, man.
I just want to say, to my viewers, the people that subscribe to my channel, make sure you subscribe to Uncle Hotep's channel / Handy Mayhem, and you'll see he's really active and consistent on YouTube. So make sure y'all check him out.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right,
Until
man.
next week.
See you next week.
Hotep's been told you.
Hotep's been told you.